Enjoy the show. The wrong way. You heard of Paul Bunyan, the greatest lumberjack of all time? And you heard about Pico Spill, the greatest cowboy. Well, let us tell you about the world's biggest, fastest, bestest sign painter. That's me, Slappy Hooper. You'd better believe Slappy was biggest. Why, he was 7 feet tall with shoulders to match and weighed 300 pounds, even without his cap and coverall and brush and bucket. And fastest? Just give me an 8-inch brush. Slip, slop, slap. The job was done. And so smooth, you'd never see a brush stroke in sight. And you bet Slappy was the best. That was not count on his pictures. No one else made them so true to life. In fact, some folks said they were too true to life. Slappy's trouble started with the huge red rose he painted on the sign for Rose's florist shop. Slappy, it's so real, said Miss Rose Red, the owner. Why, I can just about smell the fragrance. But a week later, Rose Red fluttered into Slappy's sign shop. Slappy, that sign of yours was too good. Too good? That's right. The bees caught wind of it and swarmed all over that road trying to get in. They scared away all my customers. That's bad enough. Wait till you see what's happening now. When they reached the florist shop, Slappy saw that the bees were gone, but the rose had withered and died. No one buys from the florist shop with a withered flower on her sign. That's the last thing you'll plant for me, Slappy Hooper. The story got around, but most folks just laughed. Ha, ha, ha. And they still wanted Slappy to do their signs. His next job was to paint a billboard for the Eagle Messenger Service. Slappy painted an eagle 3 times larger than mine. Amazing, said Mr. Baldwin. It's so real, I swear. I could swear. I saw it blink. Wait a minute, I did see it blink. And the bird flapped its wings and flew right off the billboard. That sign was too good. That's the last thing you'll paint for me, Slappy Hooper. Folks were getting scared to hire Slappy, but at last he got a job from the Sunshine Travel Agency. The billboard was to show a man and a woman on a beach toasting under a hot, hot sun. Slappy painted it the day after a big snowstorm. Wonderful, said Mr. Ray Sunshine. Why, that sun makes me feel hot. And look, the snow on the sidewalk is melting. And a couple of days later, Slappy got a call. Slappy, your sign was too good. Get down here right away. Okay. When Slappy arrived, he saw that the sidewalk and street in front of the billboard were covered with beach chairs. People sat around in swimsuits and sunglasses, sipping lemonade and splashing suntan lotion. They're blocking off the traffic, and the mayor blames me. Besides, they will need my travel agency if they're taking their vacation here. You've got to do something, Slappy. So Slappy set up his gear and got to work. He painted the sun on the billboard much, much hotter. Before long, the crowd was sweating buckets and complaining of sunburn. Ow! I'm sweating buckets out here. I got sunburn. Let's go. Then everyone packed up and left. Good work, Frank. Look at that. The man and the woman were walking off the billboard too. Just then, a lick of flame shot at the wall of the billboard across the street. Slappy's sign had set on fire. In a few minutes, fire trucks clanged up. Firefighters turned the hoses on the flames. Slappy, you got to try something else. Slappy got back to work. He painted a storm cloud across the sun, but he had a jump clear when the cloud shot Hooper. After that, no one on earth would hire Slappy. It looked as if his sign painting days were done. Slappy felt so low, he made up his mind to throw his painting in the river. He dropped it onto the tallest bridge in town and was just about to chuck it when a voice thundered out beside him. Don't throw that gear, Slappy. You're going to need it. Right next to Slappy stood a man almost as big as Slappy himself. He wore paint-splashed white shirt, white coverall and cap with two little angel wings sticking out. He carried an 8-inch brush too. Oh. Who are you? I'm Michael from the Heavenly Sign Company. The boss has had an eye on you for some time, Slappy, and he likes your work. He's got a job for you if you don't mind working in the rain. Tell me about it. We need someone to paint a rainbow this Wednesday. Most of the time we handle all the rainbows ourselves, but it's going to rain a bunch of places Wednesday, and we could sure use some help. I'm your man, said Slappy. That Wednesday morning, Slappy rented a cannon and set it in a big cow pasture. He tied 2 ropes to the scaffold, then he ran the other ends through a couple of skyhooks. Then he loaded the skyhooks in the cannon and shot them straight up. Boom! Sure enough, the skyhooks caught on the sky. Slappy felt the first raindrops. He piled all his paints and brushes onto a scaffold, climbed on, and hoisted himself up, and up. He kept going till he was just under the clouds. Then he tied his ropes and started to paint. Slip, slop, slap. He had only just finished when something popped through the clouds and lit up what he had done. There never was a finer rainbow. It had every color you could imagine, each one blending perfectly with the next. And not a brush stroke in sight. Just then, Slappy felt a big jolt. He looked up to see what had caused it. Oh no! The sun had run smack into his skyhooks. Slappy shut his eyes and waited for the long drop to the ground. But it never came. When Slappy looked again, he saw why. For heaven's sake! Slappy's hooks had caught in the sun itself, and the sun was blowing his ring across the sky. Now another sign painter might have been frightened, but not Slappy Hooper. He was enjoying the ride. He covered a good distance when Michael appeared on the scaffold beside him. The boss liked your rainbow, Slappy. You mean it wasn't too good? If it isn't too good, it's not good enough. That's how we figured. Anyhow, now that you're here, the boss has another job for you, if you don't mind working odd hours. Tell me about it. It's the sunrise and sunset. I guess you know the boss himself has been painting them since time began, but he's done it so long, he'd like to give someone else a chance. I'm your man, said Slappy Hooper. Slappy's been up there ever since. Of course, you can't see him, but the sun's so bright that they're all the same. Night and day, the sun pulls Slappy and his rig around the world. And every time Slappy comes to the horizon, he reaches up with his 8-inch brush. Slip, slop, slap. The job was done. Now you'll enjoy the fractured fairy tale called The True Story of the 3 Little Pigs. Take 1. Everybody knows the story of the 3 Little Pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the true story, because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf. Alexander T. Wolf. You could call me Al. No one knows just how this whole bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs, but that's just the way they are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think people were big and bad too. But the whole thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar.
Way back in Once Upon a Time, our friend the wolf was making birthday cake for his dear granny.
He had a terrible sneezing cold.
He had ran out of sugar.
So he walked down the street to ask his neighbor for a cup of sugar.
Now this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either.
He had built his whole house out of straw.
Can you believe it? Who in his right mind would build a house out of straw?
So of course the minute the wolf knocked on the door, it fell right in. He didn't want to just walk into somebody else's house.
So he called.
Little pig, are you in? No answer. He was just about to go home without a cup of sugar for his dear old Granny's birthday cake.
That's when his nose started to itch.
He felt a sneeze coming on. Well, he huffed, and he snuffed, and he sneezed a great sneeze. Achoo! You know what? The whole Dodge house fell down, and right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail.
He had been home the whole time.
It seems like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so the wolf ate it up.
Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there.
He feels a little better, but he still doesn't have just a cup of sugar.
So he went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his whole house out of sticks.
He rang on the bell on the stick house.
Nobody answered.
He called,
Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back. Go away, Wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin.
He had grabbed a doorknob when he felt another sneeze coming on.
He
huffed and he snuffed and he tried to cover his mouth, but he sneezed a great sneeze. Achoo!
And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's.
When the dust cleared, there was a second little pig dead as a doornail.
Wolf's honor. Now you know food will spoil if you leave it out in the open.
So the wolf did the only thing there was to do. He had dinner in there.
No.
She's not there. Heaven, you're supposed to be there.
She got ate up.
Okay.
It's
Can we
okay.
just,
That's okay. It's all right.
I'm gonna try and help that dead body.
We just take that.
So the wolf did the only thing there was to do. He had dinner.
So go ahead.
Alright. Think of it as a second hunger. He was getting awfully full, but his cold was feeling a little better.
And still, he didn't have that cup of sugar for his dear granny's birthday cake.
So the wolf went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother.
He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house out of bricks.
The wolf knocked on the door. No one was there.
Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little Parker answered? Get out of here, wolf! Don't bother me again! Talk about impolite.
Because he had a whole sack full of sugar.
And he wanted to give the wolf even one little cup for a sweet old granny's birthday cake.
What a pig!
The wolf was just about to go home. Maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when he felt his cold coming on.
He huffed and he snuffed and he sneezed once again.
And the third little pig yelled, and your old critic sit on a pin.
Usually a pretty calm fellow, but when he heard somebody talk about his dear old sweet granny like that, he went a little crazy.
When the cops grew up, of course, he was trying to break down this pig's door, and the whole time the wolf was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene.
You're under arrest for trespassing.
The rest,
As they say, is history.
The news reporter found out about the 2 pigs he had for dinner.
I figured the sweet guy was going to borrow a couple of things. It didn't sound very exciting.
So they jazzed up the story with all that huff and puff and blow down your house down stuff.
And they made him the big bad wolf.
That's it.
The real story.
I was framed! But maybe you can learn him a